Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to November edition of the National Transformation Network. I like that. Please, let's show some excitement. Yes. All right. We started this journey again in 2023. And we started since January, and God has been faithful. We are in November. This is going to be the last edition for this year. And so we'll be meeting in January after this particular edition. So I think this is a very good place to just celebrate. Okay, so today promises to be exciting. Today promises to be an awesome time. Okay, so we are looking at the journey so far. We have started our journey since 2020. National Transformation Network was inaugurated in the year. That is January 2020. And God sustained us. We started from January, from 2020, even through the COVID period. We're still meeting online. Finally, we could meet physically. And then the journey 2021 was awesome. 2022 was also awesome. And we are here today. We are growing stronger. We are waxing stronger. And our goal, our aim, our objective, what we intend to do is to take over our different spheres of influence. We are born for a purpose. You are created for something special. You are created for something out there. And God has positioned you and I in this great assembly so that we can be prepared for it. And that is what we always do when we come together. We come together, we have our various master classes, we separate into different groups. And so tonight, we're going to be having the representatives of each sphere of influence seated so that we can come together and discuss what we have been doing since the beginning of this year. And indeed, I know that it is going to be very, very exciting. So please, I want to encourage you. During this time, please, let's just listen. You are free to ask questions. So questions, we'll be taking questions. And as many people that have questions to ask, they are ready. The people that are going to be sitting here, some of them are the leaders of each sphere of influence. Some of them are representative, active members of the spheres. So they are ready to answer your questions. And of course, someone is going to walk into this place tonight that has not been with us. So when that time comes, we will stand up together and celebrate the person when the person comes into the hall. And I know when the person comes, you will know who I'm talking about. Okay? So, once again, welcome to tonight's meeting. And we believe that great and mighty things will be happening as we go into our various discussions. So, without much ado, because we want to have enough time for discussion, we want to have enough time for questions and answers. So I would just briefly want to welcome the different representatives from each sphere. And so please join me and welcome Ambassador Fisayo Patrick, who will be representing the finance and economy sphere of influence. Yeah, our president is around tonight. Come on, you can do better. It's been a while that we have had you with us, sir. We are so happy to have you tonight. You are welcome, sir. We still have to celebrate our president. You need to show him that we missed him. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. Okay. Don't worry, you'll be hearing his voice. I think we want to hear his voice, right? Okay. So please join me and welcome Ambassador Sunday Jasper Ezekiel, representing the media, arts, and entertainment sphere of influence. All right, join me and welcome Ambassador Gabriel Ogundele, who will be representing the science and technology sphere of influence. Join me and welcome Ambassador Nanas Mozimo Temieno, who will be representing the education sphere of influence. Join me and welcome Ambassador Reginald Wogo, who will be representing the politics and governance sphere of influence. And then finally, We'll be welcoming Ambassador Arimiyan Akoka, okay, representing the sports sphere of influence. Please, can we celebrate these wonderful people? Let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them. So we will start immediately so that we'll have enough time. Okay, sorry. How did I miss this? Let us welcome the original ambassador, Ambassador Ola Daniels, who will be representing the social and spiritual sphere. Apologies. Okay, so we will go straight into what we have for tonight. Okay, thank you. All right, you're all welcome. Can I all see your faces? Okay, so you are welcome. As I said earlier on, this meeting tonight is just to discuss the journey so far. We started this journey in the year 2020, and it has been from one level of glory to the other. And every year we do our best to do a recap of what we have done along the line. And so this year is not an exception. And so this is just going to be a panel session, a talk show, and we'll be talking briefly. So before we go into the questions, or before we go into hearing what each of our panelists have to say, a brief rundown of what NTN is all about. Of course, we know that the National Transformation Network has been set up to raise a new breed without greed. And we do not fail to mention this every time we meet. We do not fail to mention this every time that we meet. And generally, our focus is to raise people who will stand out with the difference, in the different sphere of influence. The mandate is that by the year 2025, this house would have raised unique professionals in the different spheres of influence who will stand out, take dominion in the different marketplaces that they represent. Be it in the world of politics, be it in the world of education, be it in the finance and economy sector, whether it's in the sports world, whether it is in the media, arts, or entertainment, whether it's in the social or spiritual world. And so, over the years, we have had testimonies too of people that have come from this platform and are doing exploits. Sometime last year, our president handled a particular program called Kingdom Ambassadors in the Marketplace. And I was so proud and happy of Calvarians who we were able to bring together to tell us how they have been able to stand out in their spheres of influence. And I know that as God has raised those people, between you and I that are here, or amongst us here, God is ready to showcase us in our spheres of influence. And so this is just to serve as an encouragement that please, as we come together, let's always be part of this particular movement. And so, the first question I would like to actually look at is this. When you look all over this hall, you will see different banners, right? And in each of those banners, or on each of those banners, there are objectives. There are particular, objectives or vision that we have for each sphere of influence. That when we come together looking at this vision, we want to be able to say that at the end of the day, we have met these objectives. So, I will be mentioning each of these objectives, that is each objective of the different sphere of influence, and then I'll be asking the representatives one major question. And the question is this, that based on the objectives that have been laid down, that have been set by the network or the forum, do you believe or do you think that as a sphere, you have been able to meet these objectives so far? So you're going to tell us whether you think you have been able to meet it and how you have been able to meet it. So I will start with the social and spiritual world. Now, the objectives or our objectives in National Transformation Network when it comes to the social and spiritual sphere is we intend to raise a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will raise families, raise organizations and ministries to bring reformation and rule over the spiritual mountain. That is our objective. So I will start with Ambassador Ola Daniels. Do you think or do you believe that your sphere has been able to meet this particular objective? Thank you.
Praise God. All right, good evening once again. And I remain Ambassador Ola Daniels, and I'm the coordinator for Social and Spiritual Sphere. So when we talk about raising kingdom ambassadors, majorly that is the reason why major focus for year 2023 was based on raising kingdom ambassadors, following our theme for year 2023, which is our year of kingdom ambassadors. So in year 2023, all through the months, we started with the ambassador in me. So NTN, we know that is not majorly a church thing. It's a kingdom thing. So we were more focused on working on ourselves as individuals and also working on ourselves as a family. Because when they taught us in school, they said that family is the smallest unit of a society. So it all begins with you and I. So in March, we started with the ambassador in me. We thought ourselves how to be a good representative of the kingdom. So that is more and very important to us as a church or as an individual, how to build ourselves as a good ambassador, as a good representative of the kingdom of God. So next, we talked about family ethics. You know, it is easy for you to build yourself. How are you building your family? The people we see outside there causing the issues we have in the country, they came out from one family or the other. So we needed to remind ourselves, we needed to teach ourselves on how to inculcate this, these qualities of being a kingdom ambassador. We thought how to inculcate these qualities into our families. So all the trainings that we have done, per se, this year, I can tell you that if you call a social and spiritual sphere member, I can tell you that they have learned a great deal about how to represent in the right way as an individual and also as a family. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, so I can really see that, or when we look at all the topics that you handled, we actually addressed the issues that had to deal with families, ethics, and I think one of the other things that was discussed by the social and spiritual sphere was paramount to what was happening or what has been happening in the nation in general when we were talking about surviving hard times, okay? And I think that was very on point for such a time as this. Please, can we celebrate the social and spiritual thing? All right, so I'm going to also ask the same question. This time I'll be going to the media, arts, and entertainment. So your objective or our objective on this platform for the for the media, arts, and entertainment sphere is raising a new breed of kingdom ambassadors. Please take note, kingdom ambassador has been our watchword. So raising a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will be seasoned, who will rule with a difference over the print, electronic, new media, and who will represent God and rule in the world of arts, music, movies, and fashion. So, from your perspective as the leader of this team, do you believe that you have been able to meet this objective over the years, including 2023? Thank you.
Thank you so much. In one word, I would say I believe that we've been able to raise men and women that have been ambassadors in the marketplace. Because we've encouraged people to take some giant steps this year. One of the steps we encourage our people to take is to infiltrate the system. So we encourage our people to join associations and stuff like that, and which a couple of us did, including myself. I used to belong to an association, but I withdrew because of the way things are. But I had to go back to say, okay, let me see how this, and started all over again. And a couple of us are taking that step. And I remember one of the major topics we treated was understanding the marketplace. This marketplace thing, what is it really all about? So we're able to let our people know that marketplace is a different ball game from what we say in church. Yeah, the pastor can say, take it, receive it. And you can receive, you can believe. But there are some steps you need to take out there to be relevant in this sphere. So, and there are amazing testimonies of people who are doing a couple of things in the entertainment space. So I believe that we have raised people, and in no time, they are going to manifest.
All right, thank you so much. Please, are we listening? Please, you will have the room or the floor to ask questions. All right, so I'll quickly go to the finance and economy sphere too. The same question goes to you. Do you believe that you have been able to meet the mandate of the objectives that have been set for this, the finance and economy sphere? And I'll just read out the objective or the mandate. So the sphere is to raise a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will take over the economy as apostles in the marketplace and kingdom financiers with kingdom wealth. So, Ambassador Fisayo Pratiri, over to you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Yes, we did. I believe we did. We were able to cover those areas. We were able to, equip people with the knowledge that they need to become kingdom financiers. So, we are all aware of the economy, the current state of the economy. And in our sphere, we have a group of entrepreneurs. We have a group of already established entrepreneurs and people who are just foraging into entrepreneurship. So we had to, equip them with the information, with the knowledge that will ensure that they don't get, They don't get, so that it's not impossible for them to continue in entrepreneurship because of what the economy is currently saying. So during the course of the year, we had a few entrepreneurs come and share with us their challenges, their, the problems they faced as business owners. And really the challenges were so, enormous that we were surprised that they were able to surmount those challenges. But at the same time, we ensured that they also shared their wins, right? We all face challenges and we all talk about our challenges, but sometimes we fail to acknowledge that we have wins. We have goals that were accomplished. We have prayers that were answered. We have things that we, were able to acquire in the course of our the journey in business, in our finances. So some of the things we shared were equipping them financially, because so many times, right, entrepreneurs, like our overseer would always say, our president would always say, a lot of people are in business. They think they're in business, but they are not. What they're actually doing is trading, right? So they are not making enough money because they are not doing they're not doing it the right way. They're not equipped with the right knowledge on how to make money in the business, manage that money, multiply that money, and, scale their business, consolidate their business. So part of the things we shared was to help people understand that, yes, there are challenges, but there are also wins. And as kingdom ambassadors, we know as Christians that God will always, Christianity is not about running away from challenges or the fact that when you are a Christian, challenges won't come. We know that challenges will come, but the fact about being a Christian is that even in the challenges, God will see us through. So we have to let people know that we are kingdom ambassadors, right? That's who we are. So it doesn't matter what we face. It doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what happens. We will continue with that understanding. We'll continue with the understanding of the objectives of the Decade of Dominion, the objectives of National Transformation Network. Thank you.
Wow. Please, let's celebrate the finance and economy sphere of influence. That's awesome. So, let's also quickly go to the politics and governance now. So, looking at your laid down objectives under the politics and governance, you are to raise a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will represent God in the political sphere and govern with integrity and excellence as the Daniels of our times. So, Ambassador Reginald Wogo, the question is, have we been able to meet this particular target. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Point of correction. This Honorable Reginald Wobo.
Okay, Honorable Reginald Mogo, not ambassador. I stand to be corrected.
Okay. Okay, so in 2021, after all the encouragement by the overseer for us to go test the waters of politics, I decided to go and try out in the fourth tier of government. Now we have the federal, the state, the local governments, but you also have the fourth tier, which a lot of people do not know, which is the CDAs, the Community Development Associations. I'm sure a lot of people do not know that CDAs are the fourth tiers of government. So I decided to go try my political to go try my stake in the fourth tier of government. And I succeeded in becoming the secretary of the CDA. But I tell you, just like we have the presidency, the governorship, and all local government chairman, it's not an easy task at all. It takes time. We have meetings overnight. We have meetings very early in the mornings. And when you are doing such services on pro bono, it's not as when you are doing it and collecting salaries like the conventional politicians. So a lot of people withdrew. A lot of people that contested with us withdrew. But some of us continued. So I want to say that politics, yes, we can take over the mountain of politics in Nigeria. It may take time, but we have started somewhere. Some of us here, members of some of our political sphere, are taking mountains. I know a brother here in our sphere of influence that is he's a chairman of people living with disability in Egbe Idimo local government here. He's a member of this, and that position was vied after we encouraged him to go. And today, we have given him an office in the local government here. I'm sure we also have somebody here who is a woman leader in the APC. So I'm sure there are other people too who are also taking up small mountains in the political sphere of influence. By the grace of God, we've been teaching and encouraging ourselves on ways to be more politically relevant. That is how far we have gone.
All right. Thank you so much. So you took me to a question I would have asked later, that what are the testimonies? What are the testimonials that we have had? Because we can't come for this meeting and we say we are imparting lives, we are teaching people, and then we'll not have a testimony. So I think we are going to give room for that for other spheres of influence. You have said, you have given us a tangible one, that you have taken the steps to gain a space around the CDA, and then another member is also doing exploits. So that is a very, very, very good one. Please, can we celebrate the politics and governance? So can you see that we are not wasting time here? We are actually doing things. Okay, so the next one is education sphere. So the question is, are you meeting the mandate that has been set for the education sphere? The mandate being, you are raising a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will be seasoned educators and proprietors with a difference and will bring transformation to the educational sector. We are aware that the educational sector is crying for help, and we want to bring the change. We want to start from here. So I always see your wonderful team seated together, and I see the way you conduct your meetings. So the question now is that through those meetings, are they meeting the mandate that has been set? Thank you.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so very much for this opportunity. And as kingdom ambassadors in the marketplace, representing the education sphere, we have gone way into motivating ourselves to see that we have to look into our career beyond salary. It is not is not against say, or it is not false to declare or to mention here that educators are poorly paid in this part of the world. So one way we've been able to motivate ourselves in the education sphere is to make us realize that we should live above salary if we are actually going to get that mandate and represent as we should on the mountaintop. We've come about educating our people to see that salary can represent an acronym which stands for something always low and reduces you. As such, we have motivated educators to look inwards to see other avenues they can create incomes for themselves. It has been a very big one from the inception, and till date, we can mention names upon names upon names of people who are now school owners trying to represent the kingdom qualities in the marketplace. I can also mention names of people who have also ventured into other businesses in the educational sphere. I don't want to mention myself now. Let not be as if I'm blowing my trumpet. But we indeed have to open our eyes to realize that if we want to rely on salary alone, it will do us no good. So we had to look for other sources of income in the educational business. And educationally, we are doing glorious. We are doing very well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, you are free to blow your trumpets. so I will know who we are raising in our midst. Okay, so let's go to the science and technology sphere of influence. So, Mr. Ogundele or Ambassador Gabriel Ogundele, our mandate is simple for the science and technology sphere. Raising a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will become God's conduits for inventions, discoveries, and solutions to present and future generation. So, my question is, do you believe that this set objectives has been met or is being met, or you are working towards it being met? Or do you understand my question? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Okay, you know the testimony of why I'm here today and how I got to this place, and I think that is a proof that science and technology we actually achieved a whole lot this year. So just a brief summary. I joined Calvary Bible Church in May, and I joined NTN in July, and I'm here representing science and technology. So that is a proof that we in science and technology, we are doing well. Because even if you joined last month, you will still be put up to pace to getting to know what we've done so far. Now, for each month, we started in March. We started in March, and the objective was basically to get every member of that sphere to be up and using the latest technology to achieving every of the set goals, both personally, professionally, and even in their businesses. So we have different people who are not necessarily the tech kind of people or the science kind of people, but they're there to get knowledge on how to utilize science and technology to improve their lives, to improve in their career, and to improve in their businesses. And one of which is myself, which is why I joined there. And considering the ever-evolving technology we have in the world right now, which has made it very, very easy for every one of us to live life smoothly, easily, and to live more efficiently. One of the things the science and technology focused on this year is making sure that its members are aware of the evolution of the science and technology, and how we can apply it to every aspect of our lives. And one of which is, if I may mention one of the topics, which is artificial intelligence. And every member of the sphere, we made sure that we had a one-on-one session with everyone, aside from the general Wednesday meeting. Most of them, we had one-on-one session with them to see how we can apply this science and artificial intelligence into every aspect of our life to improve us and get us better. And maybe when we get to the testimony, I will share more testimony of how even a retiree that is an affair has been able to leverage on science and technology to go back to coming out of retirement, to get back into the business using artificial intelligence, both for ourselves, for the business, and getting to be more relevant to the public, to the world, than ever before she retired.
wow, 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 wow. Please let's celebrate them, the social and spiritual sphere. So finally, let's look at the sports sphere of influence. So our mandate for the sports sphere is to raise a new breed of kingdom ambassadors that will represent God in different sports platforms, not just football alone, but different sports platforms, giving glory to God all the way. You know, I remember dear Toby Amuson when she um, won the, what's it called, the hurdles, you know, and it was so evident. She showed everyone that she was a representative of the kingdom, giving glory to God all the way. And that is what NTN is all about. So my question to you, sir, is do you believe that the sports sphere is meeting that mandate, or we are working towards meeting that mandate?
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. Good evening, everyone. I want to go with the last part. Actually, we've not met the mandate yet. We are working towards that mandate. And if you go by our outline this year, most of our outline basically focused on characters, mentality, attitude as a sports person, rather than the physical aspect. Because we know there's difference between a talented player and a great player. And one thing that distinguishes them is actually the character on field and off field. So we basically focused more on that this year. And to some extent, our players are, because right now we only have football. So our players, when they go outside, there's that distinction between Tramps FC and other players when it comes to tournaments and other. And organizers of competitions that we've participated in have always come to say, this is a church team. No wonder they are well coordinated and behaving this way. Because from our outline, we majored on character and discipline of sportsmen and players on and off the field. So I think we are getting there. We are not there yet. There's still a lot of grounds to cover. So, but by the grace of God, we'll definitely get there.
All right. Thank you so much. So looking at what you have said, you know, you mentioned Tramps FC. So we can say that Tramps FC is a baby of the sports sphere of
Exactly.
NTN. Although we had been existing, but it was revived and revamped. So I want to quickly ask, because I know when it comes to sports is more of a practical thing. You know, and that is the challenge that we have had over time, that people will say they come, they gather, and they are not doing anything. And of course, we have a lot of young guys that are there. So my question to you is that how have you been able to get these young guys to come together, to sit down, to learn about character? And I don't know of how many matches, I don't know who coaches them, I don't know the things that are on ground now. So can you just briefly talk to us about Tramps FC? What is the team doing right now? How are you able to get them together so that you can talk to them, building them up in character? Because it's very important. We are raising them to be kingdom ambassadors, and that includes giving them kingdom values. So it's important. So tell us about Tramps FC, and let's take it from there.
Tramps FC is the, like I said, baby of sports fair. So basically, because it's difficult, I'll be honest with you, many of my players don't come on Wednesday. Quite a number of them don't come. But what we do, since we noticed that, I discussed with the coach, and so whatever our topic is on Wednesday, for the ones that didn't come, before our training days actually is Saturdays. So before training commenced, we try to brief them and update them, and actually before maybe 15 to 10 minutes, try to teach them about these topics in our outline, so that it's not about you getting onto the pitch and you playing great football, but at the same time, you should be able to exhibit a godlike character, like a character that differentiates you from others. So back to your question, the strategy we've actually brought in is that before match commences, we take 15 before we start training, we take 15 to 10 minutes to go over this topic. like our last topic was how to develop a global mindset, because we know most of our players here, they've not really gone out, so they've played within. So, and the coach of the team was the one that took that session. And the following week, we sent players out for scouting and trials. 2 players were picked, 3 players were picked, 1 goalkeeper and 2 players. And the organizer got back to the coach, like, your players, I could see some kind of differences in them, like the way they coordinate themselves and others. It's obvious that probably we are doing something different from other teams.
Wow. So, and that is an encouragement for you to do more.
Exactly.
Well done. Please, can we celebrate him? Well done. All right. So, the question at the top of my head, and I think the people or the sphere that this is going to go to, I think there are about 2 or 3 of them. So, it's going to go to media, arts, and entertainment, and I think science and technology. Now, when you look at these 2 spheres, they are actually very broad. So, when we look at media, arts, and entertainment alone, from what I was reading earlier, we are looking at covering print media, electronic media, new media, which includes the social media. So you have people that are into the social media world. You have people that are into music, fine arts. There are people into movies, into fashion. The question is, how are you able to integrate these different sets of people so that they don't get missing? So if I belong to the world of fashion and I come for a meeting today and what they are speaking about is something I feel that may not be related to my exact field, I may not find the encouragement to come the next time. Or if the next time I come, they are still talking about something that has to do with production. So production, of course, when you talk about production, you can look those into movies, into music, they can still go along that line. But as a fashion designer, what is my own with you understand? So how are you able to marry it? How are you able to work so that you can keep these people together and they are not missing and they still feel that they belong to that team? I think that's my question. Yeah.
This is one of the major challenge we had when we started. Music people will come and say, you are talking, because I am more of a film person. So when we take like, say, you are talking about this, you are talking about it. So what I now did as a person is, I had to go and research about all other spheres that's under media. So whenever I want to treat a particular topic, I make sure that I cite examples that is related to everybody. And I look for topics that connect everybody together. Like one of the topics we do much more this year on is collaboration. It doesn't matter what you do, you need to collaborate. And there are testimonies of people that did that. There's a brother amongst us who is a music producer, and he took that up and he went out with some of his old friends and they did a song. And one of the celebrities saw the song and reposted it. And before you know, the song went viral. And on social media, the song was just all over. So it's not about what you do. I had to go back and go and research, okay, what language can I speak that connects to everybody? So that is whenever I come around, I speak in that language that no matter who you are, no matter where you operate, you can always connect. Then I made mention of joining association too. I discovered that all these spheres also belong to, you need to belong to an association for you to make a mark. And I encouraged them, and a couple of us went out. Fortunately for us, the only person that didn't really get an association to join is the makeup artist. And we researched, myself and I, we researched and researched. There are associations for makeup artists, but it's either it's redundant or it's something. Recently, she walked up to me and we started talking, and she said, I think it's that time I start up the association. I said, that's the spirit. That we will look into it. What does it take? So you register the association, and we are already working on that. So whenever we come together, we look at topics that connect all of us together.
So that is a baby of NTN. So you understand?
We are already working on that.
So they should not take it somewhere else.
Then I want to, concerning testimony, I want to share this. Apart from the music producer we had amongst us, I've taken some steps personally that, because whenever I come around, and yes, I research the topic, I do my findings, I come and teach the topic. I make sure that most time when I'm the one that takes the topic, I go back and practice whatever. And I remember there was a time I was pushing joint association, and I said that, okay, yes, you were once in an association. You left because of all these politics and some dirty things. So I decided to go back. And by the grace of God, I belong to 2 major associations in this country that is well recognized. And I belong to Association of Movie Directors in Nigeria. It's an association that is in Nigeria and in diaspora. And I also belong to the Movie Makers and Theater Arts Practitioners Association. But I want to say this. I just said it one day when we were talking about this association. I said, you will go to those meetings and what you will see will be discouraging. I didn't know it would happen to me. And one of the associations, the first day I went there, because I had to go to Census Board and ask, okay, if you want to go into movie making, which association? And they gave me downloads. And I streamlined. I said, let me do 3. But I couldn't do 3 because of the demand. Some are the expenses and all that. So the first one I went for, I called the person, and the person said, to join, we start 12 noon. And I went there. I got there because of the culture. I went there early. I got there around 11. And I waited till 12:30, nobody. And around to 1, somebody came and said, hey, you are okay, we are coming. And they went inside. And I was outside waiting for them. And these people argued from to 1 till to 4. Serious argument. They were seriously arguing. Don't talk to me like that. And I said, this ain't it. And I had that teaching on Wednesday. It happened on Thursday. And as I tell my guy, I say, see what I'm going to here. They attended to me around past 4. And I said, sorry, this is how we do here. We disagree to agree. I'm like, if one of my sphere person had come, I know the person will come back. But by the grace of God, I've been able to reform a lot of things in that association. It's an association that has layers. You have the local, you have the state, you have the national. And by the grace of God, in the local, I've been able to, in Alimosho now, once you mention Jasper in that association, they know that this guy. So my goal now is to enter state next year and to go to national to make the impact. And by the grace of God, God will take us there. And also, I talked about collaboration. The collaboration thing, and I said that, okay, what can I do? I write a lot. And I started talking to friends, okay, I'm into this thing, I write, and I have never produced something of my own. I produce for people, I do projects for people. And one of my friends said, okay, do you have any project on ground that can help you submit it to? He promised AMVCA then, that because I said, okay, by the time I run around to get things together, AMVCA window has closed. But by the grace of God, I was able to come up with a short film and I said, okay, I have this project. I started talking. So someone now told me, you can submit to festivals now. So I registered online, and by the grace of God, even though I didn't win for those festivals, I was nominated for 3 foreign festivals. The project was nominated, and it got to the last stage. Although I didn't win the award, but I never knew I could do that. But people came together, and the project was almost over 400,000. But I was telling somebody recently, I could remember that all I spent for my own post was just 5,000. It was this collaboration. Somebody did this, I need to, and by the end of the day, I settled everything, but the money that came directly from me, that I know that from my own, it was. So these things, as we teach them, I come back and share with them and see what is happening. And a couple of us are already doing that. And one other thing we do is, when we have someone that wants to start a project, we come out and now this person is starting, who wants to volunteer. And you see people say, okay, I will do this for you, I'll do this for you, I'll do it. So we are raising guys, and people are already penetrating the market. In 2024, expect amazing results.
Thank you so much. And I just want to commend you, because I happen to be on your group platform. That is the Media Arts and Entertainment WhatsApp platform. And I always see how he pushes opportunities.
Yes, we should.
Opportunities are always coming. So in my mind, I'm always thinking, I'm always asking, I hope those on this platform are maximizing this opportunity. At least no week goes without an opportunity. Do you want to go into production? someone is looking for, they are looking for someone in the movie industry. So that is a good one. We want to commend you. Please keep it up. So please, let's appreciate him one more time. So science and technology. This question also goes to you. I have not seen it, but my question, or I'm trying to think if you have also pondered on it. So when you look at the world of science and technology, it's such a broad, it's broad. You understand? So you have people into the media space. You have people into the health sciences, medical sciences. You have people that are into scientific things and everything. So, but really, most of the time, okay, so, but most of the time, when I come here, I see you always tailored towards that media aspect. So, you are talking about AI, which, of course, spans, it goes abroad, cuts across. So, how or what do you do to meet the people in the other aspect, especially the medical sciences? Innovations are coming up. There are a lot of issues, medical issues that need solution. And we need people to come up from NTN that will say, oh, I was the one that found the cure for this. We have an ambassador in the house. Okay, we have an ambassador in the house, and he was really someone that was instrumental to the Ebola virus solution. You understand? And in my heart, I'm like, and sometimes I see him on TV, and he's representing, and we say, this one is, and in fact, our president has also even called him the Minister of Health in Nigeria, and we are going there. So the question I want to ask, how are we paying attention to other aspects of this? Because really, there are a lot of people that probably will come and they are looking for how to fit in. But they don't see where, if what they are. I don't know if you grab it, so please, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, ma. And you mentioned something which is one of the things we dwelt so much on this year, which is artificial intelligence. Now, Ambassador Jasper mentioned something that using the language that people understand. One of the language right now that science and technology speak is the artificial intelligence. From medical science to education, to politics, to sport, there's no aspect of human life that you won't find artificial intelligence finding expression or speaking. And we were so intentional about dwelling so much on artificial intelligence, and in 2 of the months, we looked into how artificial intelligence is working so much to not intrude, but help us live life better. And I'll just point out some few things. Now, before I came on, I'm this person that I have stage fright. And at a point, I had to use my smartwatch to check my BP first, to make sure that the protocol will have to pick me out of this place. And that is made possible because as soon as I was coming on, I can't be looking at my watch again. All I needed to do was to look at my phone. And on my phone, I have an artificial intelligence AI software that gives me what I need to do. I need to breathe in like 5 times. I need to calm down. I need to touch a part of my body to calm my nerves. And that is solving an health problem. That is relating to health, artificial intelligence. Now, I found a company last year, which is an health tech, leveraging the power of artificial intelligence to solve the educational problem in Africa. Now, we have a platform talking about artificial intelligence in science and technology. What we do it on, focusing on education now. Can we have a platform whereby my mother, who doesn't speak English fluently, who cannot read English fluently, but wants to go back to school, but she can't go back to the 4 walls of the institutions, but she wants to learn. Can we have a platform where she will just go on the platform with a click? Everything on the platform will change to our mother language. Can someone in Kenya, can someone in South Africa, in the innermost part of Zimbabwe, go on a platform just by one click? It translates the whole of the platform to your language. That is the power of AI. And coming to automobile, I don't think I need to stress this much what artificial intelligence is doing in the automobile last month, I went out. I was driving, and I saw a car driving beside me. You know, when you see a car that is more than your life saving driving beside you, Tesla on the island, and I can't see anybody in the front, but I can see someone seated at the back. That is a self-driven car in Nigeria already. That's the power of AI. Now, a whole lot of things that, even right now on our DSTV, for most of us that will use DSTV, you might not know, but I'm so happy to announce to you that artificial intelligence is now on your DSTV. I know some of you have seen this Chris advert on DSTV. How many of you have seen it? Chris, content intelligence, content recommendation intelligence. That is AI. Studying you as human and making sure that your own life is lived without stress. Now, for the woman that came out of retirement from our testimony, I don't know if she's here. One of the sessions, she was at one of the sessions. This is someone that did inventory all through her year, service year. She did the administration all through her service year. And she came to one of the sessions and she had the possibility, let me use the word, the endless possibilities of artificial intelligence and how she, as an inventory officer, as an administrator, can come out of retirement to still be valuable to the societies, to be of great value back to the society. And she took advantage of that. And right now, she's using one of the platforms that is studying herself to give recommendation of courses that she can take in her line. But now it's not going to be a Nigeria kind of local value, but a global value, whereby all the content she's consuming, all the education she's getting at that time, using AI, is not only relevant to Nigeria space, but on the global space. So this year, we're so intentional about that, to making sure that the language that cuts across every aspect of science and technology right now is artificial intelligence. And every member of the team, I don't know if I have science and technology, you guys can make some noise.
Make some noise.
Make some noise.
Science and technology in the house. All right.
Don't form. I will call AI to shout to if you guys are not shouting. So now we make sure that every person, every session understands this and how this applies to their life.
Wow, wow, wow. All right, so how many times have you checked your... Okay.
I've stopped checking it.
Yeah, normal.
The anointing on this place is sufficient for me.
All right, so we just have a few more minutes. We'll just wrap up with this. So, Evangelist Jasper was saying, Ambassador Jasper said something that caught my attention, and I would like each and every one of us to say a word concerning that with regards to your sphere of influence, and also at least give us one testimonial. Okay? So, and if you have already given a testimonial, you can actually skip that. And you know, he was talking about how they support personal dreams and goals. The truth is, what will keep encouraging different people to come is when they come to a place and they identify with that place and they have the necessary support. Or they may not have the entire support, but they have that encouraging thing that will help them to push their personal goals. And I believe that you spoke about it, where you now encourage someone to even start an association with makeup, the makeup world. So the question I want to ask, and I want us to start with Honorable Reginald Wogo. So please tell us, how is your sphere, politics and governance, doing when it comes to encouraging your members to push or encouraging them in their personal dreams and goals as regarding the sphere of influence? Then you can give us a testimony if you have any other testimony.
Thank you very much. In politics and governance sphere of influence, we don't just encourage members of the team. We encourage Carverians. We encourage every one of them here. We evolve policies that ensures that the educational sector does not go down. We put in a lot of work there each time we meet here to evolve policies that ensures that the sports world is promoted.
Okay,
That science and
how do
tech.
you do that?
Okay, how we do that is that we discuss what happens with the prevalent topics in sports within us here. And you can attest to the fact that most times the senior pastor shares our ideas on the pulpit here for people to learn.
True.
So anytime we discuss there, we take notes and we forward them to the relevant departments for them to also share from our wealth of knowledge. But by the way, on personal basis too, we try to encourage ourselves for people that work in offices to play the local politics in their offices to ensure that they are sent to the next level in their career. Those that are also in businesses, we also try to encourage them, like he said, to join associations and to aspire to the highest level in their associations.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Education.
Thank you very much. In the world of education, we encourage ourselves to do our job more from the point of passion than survivor. That's where you can go all out and really give your best. Then there is this level of collaboration, that's the word, collaboration and networking amongst us. We are one big family. When we see opportunities, we refer, here and there, and we are really working together. Relating to next year, we are trying to take a strategic move in various dimensions to ensure whether they like it or not, we must pop up on the mountain. So we are doing all we can to make that synergy work right now.
Okay. So there's a topic you handled a while back. Maybe it was sometime in March. It had to do with educational categories and understanding where you fit in. Please, can you just enlighten us about that?
Okay, that has to do with the various careers in the world of education. Basically, or cut across generally, people just feel education, it has to do with teaching now, teaching children. But there is much more to that. So in the educational world, we have various other careers. You have the consulting aspect, you have the selling, marketing aspect, you have the stationary aspect, you have so many other things there. And one person can be doing much more than just focusing on one. So over the years, we've helped ourselves to see where else can you easily leverage on and make some extra cool money. So that was what that was.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. Any testimonials? If you don't have any, we can go forward.
Okay, the main fact is right now we are all trying to expand our capacity to see what other things we can do. Amongst us, just aside being educators, we have chefs, we have recyclers, we have so many other businesses coming and popping up because we are trying to explore other avenues where we can, make extra income.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Ambassador Ola.
Praise God.
Daniel.
Sorry, I'm saying praise the Lord. It's always on the lips, sorry. All right, so thank you once again for this opportunity. So, talking about the social and spiritual sphere, how we have been helping ourselves. We noticed that during the course of the year, nobody envisaged that fuel was going to go to the price it is now. And when we noticed the hike in prices, we had to come together, myself and my assistant, and we needed to teach people how to survive in this economy. It is very important, even while we are teaching the character thing, it is very important we also teach ourselves on how to survive. So in the last month, we also brought about finances. We are not just all about the social and spiritual thing. We are not just all about being spiritual. We are all round. Aside from the fact that the economy kind of changed our dimension this year, because that was not what we planned from the beginning of the year, but we just saw the need to teach people on how to actually survive in this economy, because it is a very funny one. And if we are just teaching character and we are not teaching how to survive in the whole thing, character, people will push away character, and so we actually needed to teach this character, and we taught this finance thing, and a great deal. It has really helped us. You know, when you hear people talk, most of all these things that we talked about, we made it interactive. And when you hear people talk, when you hear challenges people actually go through, and our encouragement, and you come the next session, the next month, and you begin to hear people, the same people that were saying one thing the previous month, maybe probably about their families or probably about what they're actually going through, and they are giving you a positive reply or a positive report about what they learned from the last month. You know that we might probably not have testimonials to say that we set up this person or we did this, we did that, but we know by what we hear from people, by their contributions, we know that they are putting into practice what they are actually learning. Praise God. Oh, sorry.
All right, Mr. Gundele.
One of the ways that we help members of our sphere is that we, one, educate them about the evolution that is happening in their different industry and how they can come up to pace with that. And we also make them to understand, some of them, a few of them, were so vulnerable with us to tell us their sincere fear with the way AI is coming into the market. And some of them were scared that AI will start replacing people, AI will start replacing them, especially those that work in some sensitive, some very, very sensitive industries like the education, the air, the guys. We had someone that worked in the airport and was saying that it's possible in the next 5 to 10 years that what he is doing, a robot will be doing that. So one of the sessions we had to settle that fear in them, because artificial intelligence is not here to replace human intelligence. But artificial intelligence will replace people. No, people who know and leverage artificial intelligence will replace people who do not know and leverage artificial intelligence. That is just it. So with that understanding, with that knowledge in their head, they were able to get the interest to, okay, I need to know what artificial intelligence can I use for every sphere. For everyone seated here, there is one artificial intelligence that is for you, for what you do. So we're able to educate them and share insights, information on artificial intelligence that they need to learn, a tool or a software, a platform, a program that they need to go get into to learn, to equip themselves with the understanding, with this knowledge, so that when they meet themselves in places where they need to work efficiently, where they need to work fast and give knowledge, what will stand them out is the knowledge about artificial intelligence, the advanced knowledge about this thing that they've gotten. And we also make sure that we are available to our members one-on-one each time they call. You're facing a challenge at the office as regards maybe a tool, an equipment, a machine. We have people in our sphere that helps out. And I've received a few calls where we're able to help them. Okay, this is what you should do. This AI will help you. Instead of working 5 hours writing reports in the office in a minute as a secretary, there's a software you can download on your phone, put your phone on the table. When the meeting is done, you go back. Everything is ready for you in Microsoft, in PDF. You are a personal assistant. Instead of you going to go PowerPoint and start doing PowerPoint presentation, putting Pastor Abraham's slide one after the other, you can use AI to do that. So if your end of the year report, instead of using Excel to there are softwares, there are AI that you can use to make you work efficiently.
Wow. Thank you so much. Okay, finance. Please, just 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much. So for us in finance and economy sphere, we are a group of, we have, a very large number of entrepreneurs. And one thing we've realized is, I think it's just one of the traits of entrepreneurs is, I think it's a Nigerian thing, maybe because of the state of the nation, is the fear to take a huge step, to take a giant leap. So we're constantly worried about what government policy will come up and wipe away our business in a minute. We're scared about running into debt or doing something that would totally cancel away the product that we have or the business that we have. So how do we encourage ourselves? we actually brought up a group of people, entrepreneurs who are doing well, in their businesses, to come and share. Like I said earlier, to come and share what they are facing. So when this happened, the people that we had in our sphere were actually surprised that people who they thought were super successful are actually faced a certain challenge, or are actually facing a certain challenge. And it sort of like spurred them on to continue regardless of what they are facing. So we let them know that, if you don't take that step, you won't get to the other side of what is there. So there are issues, there are challenges, there are things that can wipe you out, take out your business within a breath. But we make them understand that these things happen, right? Challenges happen, life happens. So you still need to continue. So if you put $1 million in a business and you're not making, you're just making peanuts, you either pivot or, you continue with it. And we are also privileged to have, our president being a very astute entrepreneur, somebody who shares profound things to us. So we also let them realize that part of the things that are taught in church are actually not just, words. They're actually practicals. There are things that he has experienced, other people have experienced, and they are real. So we make them understand that they can go back to teachings, they can go back to all these things and use whatever information that they can gather from that in their business. So concerning testimonials that we've had, like I said, we have a bunch of people who are scared to take the step. But a few months back, we had like sort of a feedback session where we were asking people that, what did you do separately this month to ensure that you got 2-3 more clients? And a few people spoke. They spoke about how they understood the power of collaboration. They started using that, of which we have taught some of that in our classes. The power of relationship. Someone actually said that before, throughout 2022, he didn't have any customer come to him for business at all. But then he realized that instead of looking sad, he said he had this countenance on his face of nobody's coming. So he had to change that, and he directly approached people to talk about what he did. He also talked about how he leveraged a platform that he was on. He shared his business, and people reached out to him. Someone also shared about how she started to develop trust in her business. She sold fashion products. So she could just see you and say, oh, I think this bracelet looks good on you. And then she will give it to you. Go and use it. If you like it, come back and pay. If you don't, you are free to return it. And she said it worked wonders in her business. So I think it's important that people know all these things, practice all these things, and then share what they've learned. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, finally, can we have the spots?
Okay, thank you once again for this opportunity. So basically what we've done this so far, I'll give a lot of credit to the team coach, that's Coach Israel. He's been able to collaborate with other coaches that within Alimosho and outside Alimosho. That's how we're able to get the scouting details that our players went for. So aside this, what we get from sponsors is also a motivating factor to motivate our players. The fact that we go out for competitions, we participate in competitions, and also whenever a scouting program comes up, both in Alimosho and outside, our players are able to go for it. And when they go for such event or participate in such event, they tend to see a broader view of they are not just wasting their time, that they can actually make a career out of it, and there's progress. So when they go out like that, and last time we went out, like I said earlier on, 3 of our players got scouted, which we are still in the process. We are yet to hear from the organizers. 1 goalkeeper and 2 players. And it's actually motivated others that have been lagging behind and not want to come for training, and they're like, okay, if these guys can do it, maybe it's high time we also dedicate our time to come for training. And also we are looking at other sports, to add other sports to the sports fair, because it's not all about football. Next year we are looking at adding basketball and table tennis, and we pray God help us.
Wow. So this is our 2023 story. Has it been an interesting year? Has it been an interesting year? from what they have been saying, it has actually been a wonderful year. The testimonies have been awesome. And so we want to take this opportunity to tell you that come 2024, it is going to be greater, it is going to be better. It's going to be the bomb. So we want to encourage you. So at this point, we're going to be going down, and we're going to invite the next team to come up. When we come back after the session, we will hear the voice of our one and only president, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. So please, as we go down, join me and welcome the Lifeline music team.